Seven Trumpets Prepper. Guys, in this video today, I'm going to start doing a weekly reading of emails that you all send in to me and answering them, because I hate writing, typing on a computer. It just drives my eyes insane. And I'm going to actually use my glass here in just a minute to read all this, but I'm going to start, we're trying to read 3-4 emails a week, maybe twice a week, and answer y'all's questions. Some of these that I think would be good to share with people, and also helpful, you know, bring up good points. And I hope this helped everybody, because these are, some of these emails, guys, Shin's right, they're just powerful. I mean, the things you've experienced, went through, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna make a YouTube video here coming up, say this and then get right into these letters, is about if you're going through a season in life, just keep fighting, because I'm going to tell you straight up, I went on a vacation, got robbed by the cruise people, because, not really by them, but they allowed my stuff to get lost in the conveyor belt while holding everybody back, and allowed somebody to come up and steal stuff off the thing, resulting in me getting a ton of money stole from. Vehicle engine blew a spark plug out the side of the cylinder head a week or so ago. Figured out on YouTube how to fix that, and I'm not an auto mechanic, praise y'all, I fixed that the other day. And I can just keep going, a list of crazy stuff that happens. And listen, a lot of that's life. Some of it's Satan. Who knows, some of it may be punishment for not walking in the way. You know, there's a lot of divisions how man can divide that down, but what I'm telling you is this, is just pray, fast, ask forgiveness, try to get it together every day, just try to do better, and just try not to let it beat you down, because I'm going to tell you, I feel like I'm going through a season in my life right now, and have been for about 2 years, ever since a divorce. Guys, life ain't easy. Sometimes you just got to keep on going. So, I love all of you, and with that said, I want to read this first letter. Now, I'm going to, unless you just want me to mention your names and stuff, I'm just going to leave that stuff out of respect for people's privacy, you know, unless, like I said, you want me to say it. But this gentleman wrote me, said, his first letter said, if you want to write me, it's 7trumpetsprepper@gmail.com, okay? And I apologize, I work like 2-3 jobs. I work 2 part-time gigs outside of my own construction business. So guys, I work a lot, and Sabbath's about my only free day. So I'm gonna try to start reading these and answering them as quick as I can for y'all nowadays. So it says, oh, and mentioning one last thing, going through a season, go to sit down, do this today, where I know the Wi-Fi is working. Apparently, Wi-Fi killed out, internet service is dead, so I use my phone to put them over to my laptop so I can read them to you. So like I'm telling you, Satan, he's always at work, folks. So it says, I know you are a busy man. I hope you find time to read my story. 7 years ago, I had an accident from being an ignorant wretch of a person. Long story short, here we go. I burned myself up and I was put in a coma for 30 days. While in the coma, I was on a journey. My body was sleeping, but my soul was running wild. I guess inner man was running wild. It was like I was sort of a celebrity selling drugs, living up a highly sinful life in my dream. All like I was in a movie. And somehow I was sick, and I ended up running around all over the world trying to kill these spiritual enemies. I was told I needed pomegranate to heal me for the antioxidants, so I would go out and fight, kill a demon, then return to this store. Then they would tell me, we don't have anything for you. So I would go out, do it again, return to the store for the same answer. Again and again, this was my answer. Finally, I got so tired and walked out of the store, and I remember laying down on the sidewalk and saying, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to replace these pagan terms people use too with the Most High. It's just out of respect to the Most High. It says, I'm so sorry, Elohim, I can't win. I'm going into this fight to you. I give up. I'm going to lay here and die. I remember. And it says, I remember feeling how comfortable the cold concrete felt on my face as I laid it down. I was so tired of fighting, but as soon as I said that and laid down, I had a shopping cart rolled into me, and a voice said, get up. I have everything you need. I looked up and seen this black man standing there looking at me. Then I remember going through a tornado of all these bad things that I've done to people in my life, and then I remember trying to get out of my hometown and riots and streets split open, and me and one of my brothers and fathers working in these pits and trenches. Like I said before, long story short, at the end I had someone grab my wrist, pulled me up out of this pit, set me on my feet on the ground. As I looked up, it was the same black man that ran the shopping cart into me, and he looked and pointed at me and pointed his finger at me and said, I'm going to make you better than you have ever been. He didn't look at me happy, but very seriously. Then he ascended up, Then I woke up in my bed in the hospital and was spitting sand and dirt out of my mouth. Now that's pretty wild, folks. I couldn't see it, but tasted the grit. Anyways, I have never heard of Yeshua being black ever in my life. When my father came to visit me in the hospital, he asked me if I met Yeshua. I said, I don't know, but I told him the story of the man that lifted me up. And I said he was a man of authority. And I said, I don't see Elohim giving this authority to anyone else. Anyways, I've always known something wasn't right in my life. So I started searching out who people were, like my daughter's mother, and come to find out her people in my family are all evil and into the adult industry. Several people at my job, I was surrounded by secretly evil people. My job was taking, everything was taken. I was hardwired. Sorry, I'm trying to understand some of this, what wrote it, and stalked and told I was crazy. Everyone I know tried to make me think I was crazy to hide their own nasty secrets. I'm a veteran, single dad. I had to flee my home with my daughter to keep her out of this hidden life that was all around my whole life. But once my eyes are open, I see everyone for what they are. I'm in a veteran shelter now, trying to get on my feet, having a hard time finding a place of our own and a decent job. Hard-working, good man that don't believe sharing spouse, sleeping family members of mine. So I've been told, I'm outcast, always will be for that. I'm proud to say that I'm outcast. I know we're in the final days. The VA is helping me. Someone trying to get on my feet. I guess I'm contacting you for some advice. I can't find a real church close to where we are. I'm in an apostolic church at the moment because they do teach a lot of biblical truth. I've been baptized in the name of Yeshua, the J word, but like I said, I'm just trying to be respectful of the Most High, the Son, Messiah, but have not received the gift of the set-apart spirit. I'm just so dumb about everything, I guess, but very wise on how deep the evil of this world runs. I'm just trying to find peace and keep my daughter's soul safe. Any advice would be great. I've never tried to put my story in words before. Sorry, it's kind of all over the place. My father keeps telling me Yeshua is not a N-word. And I told him I never said he was. That's your words, not mine. I said he's a black man. I feel like I'm blacklisted from good jobs and housing because I'm not part of the sick family. Anyways, I hope you can take time to read my messed up story. And, sorry, give me just a second, guys. Last segment of it here. And, anyways, I hope you can take time to read my messed up story. And if you ever need extra help with your construction business, I think that would be super cool job. I'm just a dumb, scared up country boy who loves my Elohim daughter and dog and my family too, even though they are blind. I pray that y'all will graft me in and teach me the way and put people in my life to help you. Sir, are a blessing. It's hard to be a white man and know the truth. Thank you for helping me. I know I'm not the only one. Anyways, please pray for us as I will, like you say. And Yahushua name, thank you and bless you again. Beautiful story. It's the first one on the list today, guys. Let me just answer this gentleman first. If we want to back up real quick, the first question the gentleman asked, I believe, was about fellowship. Now, the thing that I encourage people right now is that if you don't have a place of fellowship, the biggest help for me the minute I came out of Babylon was worldslastchance.com. Calendar app is available, real time, on your phone, wherever you live in the world, immediate use, okay? Second thing is they have so many scriptural helps, free documents, free books, free self-helps, just amazing stuff. The next thing I would encourage is that on their website, in the networking, there's a networking tab where you can find other people like-minded around to fellowship with. This story is very interesting to me because this is a Gentile like myself of the nations that has come over to the truth and trying to walk on the way. And this gentleman got burnt, was hospitalized while in a coma. And I'm telling you what, I don't know what the deal is, but I've been having crazy dreams here lately, guys. I mean, just insane dreams. And I could just go on and on about that, but that's another time, another place. Today's about these ladies and gentlemen that's got their questions to be answered. He's seen Messiah, and I'm just speculating, but I'm kind of on the same page with him. I'd imagine this is Messiah that he's talking about. Twice came to him in his dream, taking it out of a bad spot. And, it's amazing that when he woke up, he was spitting grit, like from the sand pits that he was working in. But, I mean, even though it wasn't there, he felt it, it was that real, that intense. And I'm telling you, I know where he's coming from with that because I've had dreams before, like for example, I was on this train and it went over a cliff thing. and like you feel the rush of the wind, you know, it's so real to you in your subconscious that like when you wake up, you're like, whoa, what just happened? You know, like it's that deep. And you know, anyway, I hope that's a help to you in regards to your question. I appreciate it. I'm glad that the YouTube channel is a help to you. And I would definitely seek that out on worldslastchance.com because there may be a local fellowship of believers with a home church nearby to where you live. All right, next question. This lady wrote, Miss Taylor wrote, said, I'll just use last name, said, so I was baptized incorrectly here in Franklin, Louisiana. It was a small Baptist church that took me forever to find as it's mostly Catholic around here. On Great Whore Babylon, stay away from that for sure. I actually stopped going when the preacher wouldn't address my Sabbath day questions. Ain't that something? Yep, crickets. They don't want to never answer that. And furthermore, when you get into the Saturday church, you really don't get into it because when you start saying, okay, why are we still doing this on the Roman calendar? Yeah, it's 7th day on the Roman calendar, but it still don't explain me the new moons. It still don't explain the Father's calendar. Why are we doing this mess? Then it gets even deeper, sis. And that's why I took Magsdale Seventh-day Adventist Church into keeping the Father's luni-solar scriptural calendar. So, says, I could no longer go on Sundays. I had already researched Sunday being wrong. However, this preacher baptized me in the name of the Father and the Son, set apart Spirit in April of 2017, Matthew 28:19. So then, like you said, I kept Saturday. But then I found out it was also a lie. Look, folks, I ain't trying to offend nobody. That's why I made this Saturday, Sunday video a week and a half ago or something. Because I've talked about this a couple times over the years. We made presentations about it at Loud Cry Ministries. Check the link video description below. It's just tiresome because people look at you, and I see where this woman's going with this right now before I get any further, is that it's a transition. You leave Babylon, you think, oh my goodness, I escaped this. You go to Saturday church. Then you're like, oh my goodness, not again. And then you escape that to keeping the Father's calendar. And then people look at you like, what's wrong with you? And you're like, what's wrong with you? Show me the new moon on the Roman calendar. Show me the festivals, how that it's okay to do the festivals by the Father's calendar. And then over here you go to church on Saturday and act like ain't nothing going on. Come on. What is wrong with you people? And so she goes right here. So here I am now doing the Creator's calendar like you. Love you, sis. It's an adventure. It's a journey. All right. And, you know, says, can you please help me find a way to get rebaptized correctly in Yeshua's name according to Acts 2:38. All right. So here's the deal. Because she says, this is very important to me. I do have a bayou in my backyard, but I cannot find anyone baptized correctly. There's a lot of pastors and teachers and elders that can baptize you in the name of Messiah. I'll tell you, the thing is, considering where you live in Louisiana, I think the closest church for baptism that I know of, like for keeps Father's calendar and everything, is Pastor Jansen's church in Georgia. That wouldn't be too terribly a drive from where you're at there in Franklin, Louisiana. That's where I would encourage to go to. And that's the closest fellowship, and that is Minister's New Covenant, I believe is the name of their assembly. And they're in Georgia. I would look that up. If you watching this video have any questions, by all means, just hit me up. I'll make sure to get you their info. And praise y'all that you come out of Babylon. You know, here's the thing, sis. It's a work in progress. Look, we've all made a lot of bad calls in our life. Gosh, I've made terrible calls since I went through a divorce. My whole little world's little bubble went, you know, and I've just had to sort through a ton of junk. More on the carnal stuff than spiritual things. And it's just, it's a transition to everything in life. You know, I've learned that as more time goes by, it's just transition. So you transition from Sunday, you transition to Saturday, you transition to the truth, and keeping the Father's scriptural luni-solar biblical calendar. So you know what? It was a journey, and now this is the next thing. Rebaptism went down the same path. So don't worry about it. You're on the right track. To hit Pastor Jansen them up. I'm sure they'd be glad to help you, sis. Very close to them. And I hope you have a very blessed day. Next question. This is from Jesse, is the name. We'll go with just I'm going to one line these things. I'm going to try to, the next couple videos I do answering emails, folks, I'll have this down to a science. It says, thanks for putting the video together. This is about the Saturday, Sunday, Sabbath video I just made. Link in video description below as well. I'm by no means an expert. Me neither, brother. Me neither. I don't claim to be anything other than a servant at this point in my life. All right? Just trying to help others and help myself at the same time. It says, I was surprised that you did not mention the 360, 364-day calendar, also referred to as the Enoch calendar. Now, I have reviewed this information in the past. I don't talk about it because I have not studied to the point that I'm at peace with it, but I have studied enough to the point where that I find the scriptural luni-solar biblical calendar to be the most accurate model currently to follow for worship. I have not completely in the back of my mind discounted out Enochian calendar, but I at the same time look at it like this. Saturday and Sunday's not right. That's anybody that really is a student of Scripture is going to come forward and be like, you know what, you're right. All right, if we're honest with ourselves. Now, if you can't get past that, then you just can't get past that. Go be friends with the Pope in Rome, all right? Because it's his calendar and it's his lies. But, you know, the people that go off the Enoch calendar, the people that do luni-solar scriptural calendar, I'm not going to get in arguments with you. I'm not going to get in an argument over start a new moon day, do a first visible crescent, do a dawn after conjunction currently. I'm not going to argue with people because you're trying, all right? But the Saturday-Sunday thing's got to go. This guy here, this is what he has to say about the Enoch calendar, and I just wanted to point this out because I haven't discounted this out, but I'm just saying that for those that do the Enoch calendar, I'm not there with you, but I don't knock you, all right? Says, which I believe starts on what we would call W Day, Wednesday. We're in the book of Genesis morning, evening, or first day. The calendar starts on around what we would call March 19th through 21st. See, this thing, there's just so many variables. There's just all this variable stuff going on. Every year with the spring equinox, there are 360 days for 30 days in each month, plus the 2 days for the equinoxes, 2 days for the solstices. The word Kodesh also means month, not just new moon. Right? It's Hodesh, excuse me. It's my understanding that a star in the sky is in the very exact same position through a telescope every 364 days, which I saw a gentleman once prove on a video through a star spotting website. Another gentleman showed on an Excel spreadsheet that the missing day or quarter day for leap year had to do with the fact that the current system changes the day over at midnight, while the old calendar was from sundown to sundown. Now, see, this is another issue that I get into, guys. We see, as you study in Scripture, day begins with dawn. Okay, sunrise, sunset. This night to night thing, the Most High is not in darkness. All right, I can't do that. It's nothing. It's Friday sundown to Saturday sundown mess. Folks, day starts at dawn. There's too much Scripture backing that up. World's Last Chance made a phenomenal presentation on that. And I know I talk about them a lot on my channel, but man, they just blasted it. It's beautiful. Says, while the old calendar is from sundown to sundown, I don't by all means have it figured out, but I could come to the conclusion in my mind that this was Elohim's true calendar. 364 days clearly divisible by 7 days. All the same days would fall on the same day of the week, year after year throughout history. The Sabbath and feast days would always fall on the same day of the week, a month, year after year. Let's see, know how to figure it out where we are on that 364-day calendar, where to intermingle it with the current calendar is where things get tricky because the current calendar is so convoluted with an extra day. Anyway, just wondering what your thoughts were on all that. All right, so here's where I'm going to go with this real quick, Jesse. And like I said, I'm not going to bash you, but I just want to point this out. If you got thumped in the head right now on an island, this is for the folks that can't get past the book of Yasher, chapter 88, where we talk about the Battle of Jericho, 7 days. Look, the people were at war. I don't know why the Most High would have people killing, fighting, and being unclean on the 7th day and doing the most work on it when he could have had them do it any of the other days a week if he was having them walk around per se on the Sabbath. But if you start new moon, count them 6 work days, then that last day would have been Sabbath after it was all passed. Because I don't see any issue with Torah walking around a city on new moon day. Now, people have told me many, many times, you're a Gentile, just need to shut up, Luke. We don't need to be taught Torah from you, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I ain't your teacher. Your teacher's right there, right up there. I'm just pointing out discrepancies, okay? This is where I find issue with the Enoch calendar. This is the discrepancies. If you get thumped in the head on an island and you wake up If I look up right now I can figure out the next month coming. But you look at the Roman calendar and all this other garbage, if you got knocked in the head and left on a desert island, you ain't going to figure out what day of the week it is, let alone what month, etc. So, as it stands, I don't see any other point to stand up on other than luni-solar scriptural calendar. Okay? I am a person open to study and look at things. I mean, crying out loud, man, I've sat and read the Quran. I've read other religious documentation, other faiths. I mean, look, I've looked and studied about paganism, Wiccan. I mean, it's crazy stuff I've studied upon. I mean, there's some stuff I wished I'd never even studied, you know, because it's just a frivolous waste of time. But, you know, maybe one day you'll be able to give an answer to somebody while they're asking, like, why, what about this? Well, here's why you don't want to go down that path. But this right here, looked into it. I can't get with it. Luni-solar scriptural calendar, Jesse, I really encourage you to look into it. Just take a break from this a minute and look at them both and then compare them, and hopefully you come down the same path that many of us have arrived on as well. And pray that Most High y'all guide you. All right, this is the last email that we'll go over today, and this is from Barbara. Barbara writes, Lucas, it has been a while since we received Seven Trumpets video from you. They got this little bell thing that you have to click nowadays, I guess, to get a notification. If you don't, you have to go over to the channel and look, and then it's like, there's been a million videos posted. It's like, everybody's like, oh shoot, I didn't get a notification, because I didn't know it either until some people pointed it out in videos I watched on their channels. Hope you're doing okay and happy again. I appreciate that, Barbara. I'm doing okay. I am seeking happiness. I'm really trying to sort things out with a helpmate, because I've had a lot of relationship struggle since divorce, and I just don't want to go down the same path again. I want a believing wife that's equally yoked with me, and that is a big thing that I'm shifting the hearts and minds on right now. But do you still plan to start a Messianic church, and are you still prepping? Well, I'm still prepping. We enjoyed all your videos so much. Wishing you the best. I appreciate you guys. Let me tell you about the church thing. And I've never really said a lot about this, but I've wanted to form a church. It's something we tried a long time ago. We had about 30, 40 people coming together in a little building. It was a beautiful thing. And some people troubled other people, and a lot of people parted ways with each other. But the thing is I would love, I have this vision of, and when I say vision, I mean like my personal dream of what I would like to see happen. But I'd love to build a fellowship building somewhere. But I'm poor, dude. But look, folks, I am broke, zeros. But if I had the money, had the money and the time and the building, I'd love to build a fellowship place that when you walk in the beginning of the place, the foyer, it's like you're in the front part of the temple. And there's a veil torn. And you see the Ark of the Covenant behind there, a copy of it. And you walk around that, and there's a false wall in the back, which would have been the back of the Holy of Holies, that opens up. And you go in, and there's the actual worship fellowship area. But there'd be reminders in those front two rooms, you know, the process of salvation, you know, all the things, the reminders of that which was to come. And Messiah, like the blood on the side of the ark struck, because anybody knows about Ron White, they found the Ark of the Covenant under the crucifixion side where Messiah was nailed to the stake, and the blood went down and struck the other side of the mercy seat. You know, like I would have all that information, things like that, in those front foyer rooms. And so when people come in, they seen the Old Testament meet with a renewed covenant, and they'd see the sacrifice and everything that Messiah done for us. And I think it would be a great reminder going into fellowship each Sabbath of the great cost of salvation. And not only that, I would put this sign up on the door that says, "Come broken, so that you may be made whole." I think it would be a beautiful sign to put up. And, you know, like, I have a strong desire to share the word with people. And you know, people's like, well, you should preach. Man, folks, listen, I'm going through a season in my life right now. Most High is definitely working on my life. What shakes down, I don't know. But I would love to facilitate, if nothing more, a place of worship, because there's a lot of good pastors and teachers and elders and preachers that could come and teach the people. You know, I'd love to share things with people too, present things and share presentations and stuff like that, and help people learn and empower them to go forward. But yeah, I would still love to do that, guys. You know, it's money. It all comes down to money. I mean, there's a willpower there, the desire, absolutely. But I mean, need a piece of land, need some money. But sorry about that, guys. I got a call in between the video, but yeah, I would love to help people. Have a place of fellowship and empower people to have a place to come to and fellowship with one another. But who knows what comes of that? Guys, please keep me in your prayers. You know, it has been a journey these past 2 years, and you know, it is. I apologize for the delay in responding to a lot of these emails. That's why I just started doing these YouTube videos, because the time that it would take me to write somebody back all this, I could answer all this in a video, a bunch of these, and send you the link. And I think that's what I'm going to start doing. If you have questions, and you have, you know, critiques, I don't care, as long as it is within respectful range, you want to email me, please email me at 7trumpetsprayer@gmail.com. I'd be glad to help you any way I possibly can, guys. And until we see you again here on the channel, as always, I hope you have a most blessed day. Yahushua.